Hey everybody, let's talk about stats and a few other things. This is being recorded on January 4th, 2017. I don't go over stats too often, but I'm going to because it could be educational for some people. All right, so here we are on the YouTube channel. This YouTube channel was established in 2008, I believe. Now, I just had one of my assistants upload a bunch of videos and pretty much forgot about it for a long time. So, as you may or may not know, I started actively contributing to the channel again myself this time with the vlogs, the tech vlogs, starting in July of 2016, so just about 6 months ago. And we've had some pretty good growth. When I started, I had an average of 30,000 views a month. Now we're at 109,000 views. The important thing is the watch minutes, quite a few watch minutes, 335,000 watch minutes. This is the last 28 days. And my subscribers went up from 10,000 subscribers to 17,000 subscribers and change. So it's not bad in terms of a YouTube thing. Again, the YouTube channel was more or less a hobby for me. It was also a way for me to practice my delivery because I'm working on brand new courses. So I figure the more videos you do, the better you're going to be at doing videos, which will mean less edits, less work in post-production. So there you have it. And so as a result of the YouTube videos, I decided to get some new equipment like this Joby thing and the new Canon 80D, which I showed you earlier. Well, I showed you this in another vlog. Great vlogging camera because of three things. Dual pixel focus, basically lightning fast, stable focus. That's very important if you're filming with a camera and you're looking at the camera and you got nobody behind the camera. Having that dual pixel super cool focus is huge. The ability to attach an external microphone, huge, and to have this flip screen, huge, so you can see yourself when you're shooting a video. As I record this particular video, I've never monetized my YouTube channel, although YouTube said, hey, you should monetize your channel. And I think I might monetize it now, turn on the ads, because I think people are used to ads, because I got to pay for my Joby. Right? This is costing money here. So I think I'm going to start monetizing sometime this week. I've just been too lazy to click on that button. I don't know what it is. And no, it's not laziness, just hesitant. I don't like changing things up too often. So let's get into some more stats. So we've seen these stats. Let's check out, well, some of you may not know, I wrote a book in 2015. And web design started here did moderately well. It still continued to sell. This is the type of book I wrote for beginners in web design. And it really is one of these evergreen titles, meaning that I wrote it so that it would be good for years to come. One of the reasons I'm able to do this with a book nowadays in technology is because when it comes to HTML5, CSS3, JavaScript, and web design in general, it's fairly stable now for the last 5 or 6 years, I would argue. The technology has finally hit that level of stability. This is what you see in all businesses, all business classes, or all industries. There we go. In all industries, you see a cycle of rapid development, rapid change when they first start, and as the business, the industry, the business in quotes in terms of category, as they mature, the rate of change diminishes quite a bit. So if you think about smartphones are pretty static now in terms of their capabilities. Like if you think about the last few generations, it's just been minor incremental improvements between iPhone 6, iPhone 7, iPhone 6S, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So that's not because Apple is messing up or Google is messing up or so forth. That's because it's natural in any business, in any industry, business in quotes, I mean, that you see this leveling off in terms of the innovation because, the mountain is only so high, if you follow what I mean. Anyhow, so with this book here, I wrote it to be evergreen. So even today, if you were to get it, And I'm encouraging total beginners to get it if they want to learn web design. I start off very broad and I circle in. So we're talking about stats here. So we go down. I only have 15 reviews because I didn't write the book to necessarily sell a ton of books. And well, you can see here, Amazon bestseller ranks. See, I'm already up to number 569,555. So there's only 569,555 books that sell better than mine. Another thing, if you look at web design and development books, web design books, I'm only number 995. So I'm pretty good there. So, you know, all joking aside, whatever, it actually sold reasonably well as a tech book. But the thing I'm most proud of is the reviews. Now, none of these reviews are my mother. And these are just people. I don't know any of them, I believe. Well, some of them have contacted me, one or two. But anyhow, you can see all 5-star reviews. I'm quite happy about that. Because let me tell you, writing a book, especially when you have a bad back, at the time my back was killing me because I wasn't doing good stretches. You got to stretch. If you're sitting all day in your chair and you're a big nerd, you got to get up. You got to stretch the legs. You got to stretch, do some exercise, chin-ups. Open up that back, otherwise you're going to have tremendous problems. So anyway, so this is some stats here. So let's go into some other stats. So I run several sites. So one of these sites I run is killersites.com. And this is a site that was established in 1996 for the best-selling book, probably of the 90s, on web design called Creating Killer Websites. I did not write the book, but I took over editorial, inherited the site in 2000, I believe, so for quite a while. And it's basically a vlog site. I have an old forum and archive, et cetera, et cetera. Because of my focus on Studio Web, which is my interactive training system that a lot of schools use, colleges, middle schools, private schools, and so forth. Because of my focus on this, I haven't really been focusing on killer sites. So I use killer sites to write my vlogs. I have my YouTube videos here and so on. But let's look at some stats because I know you guys might find that interesting. So here are the stats for January 2016. Now, in January 2016, I had 62,000 unique visitors, 13,000 visits, 368,000 page has been viewed. So if you look at the entire year for 2016, you can see it here. For the whole year, over 750,000 people had visited the site, had unique visitors. I had over 1.4 million visits and over 4.5 million page views on just Killer Sites. And I have 4 other sites. Collectively, the 4 sites put together, Killer Sites, Killer PHP, How to Build Websites, CSS Tutorial, they get a lot more, of course. But you can see every month I get 370,000 page views. Now, this is actually quite a bit less than it used to be. So let's go back. Now, I only have stats going back to 2010 on this server because when I migrated the server in 2010 to the dedicated systems, I lost all my previous data. But let me go to 2012 as an example. So you see in 2012, the data was much nicer. We had 1.5 million page views per month, 1.45, 1.5, 1.5, you get the idea. So this is where the focus, your focus in terms of your work comes into play here. Because I started actually in 2012 is when I was 2011, I started working on Studio Web. Our focus started dropping on Killer Sites. So you see over time, the page count, 1.5 million, 1.4. But you see at the beginning of the year of 2012, I had 1.5 million page views, 245,000 visits that month. And at the end of the year, it dropped down to 1.184 million page views. So quite a drop. But this was expected because of my efforts were focused elsewhere. Nonetheless, even today in 2017, it's only a 4th day in January, 10,000 unique visits in the 4th day. It's not bad. We're gonna be doing probably the same type of data, the same type of numbers rather, as I did in 2016. Anyways, here's some stats for you, little curiosity. Everybody thinks about social networks, Facebook, Instagram, etc. stats. They think about YouTube stats. There are websites, and my Killer Sites network of sites, collectively, the 4 sites, we get I think it's well over 1 million page views per month still. Killer Sites itself gets only 398, 400,000 page views per month. But it's still significant, and we're going to be doing a lot more work on some updates to the Killer Sites network of sites, I suppose. But my main focus still is YouTube. No, Studio Web. YouTube is still my hobby, but just a little FYI, I'm probably going to turn on monetization because I want to pay for my Jobies. Very important. All right, we'll talk soon. Bye-bye.